Thank you for watching this video, and please join me for future videos. Please hit the bell and the subscribe button, and I will see you in a future video. Hey there guys, so here we are back in the art room. This is a weekly vlog, 2-week vlog. I don't know how long this vlog is going to be. I should probably restart that. Restart the intro. Okay. As I said before, I am going to be doing vlog style. So as I do things, I'm gonna post. I'm just gonna get about half an hour, 45 minutes of stuff edited down. I film quite a bit more than that. And then I'm just gonna post it, and you get to join me on my journey of creation. I would love to hear your comments and your ideas. And if you have any cool ideas as I do things, you know, just post them. Just post your ideas. Post what this inspires you to do, or give me like feedback. Did you ever think of that? Or is this something that inspires you to do stuff? I would really enjoy reading comments. It's kind of one of those things that if I've had a really rough day at work and I can't quite get myself to the art room, I do read those comments, and the comments help me boost me back into the art room. And I really would enjoy getting those comments and responding to them. And so thank you for joining me on this journey, and here we go. I got my wool ironing pad. I am so excited. Isn't that beautiful? It's really nice and thick. It's just gorgeous. I'm just so happy with it. Look at it. It's just, you know, aesthetically pleasing. I kind of wish that I had enough money that I could buy a second one and then just cut the strip, and then the whole table would be felt. I don't know if that's useful or not, but it's kind of on those, if it weren't another $90 to get one of these, I would do that. And I ended up cutting some off the end, and I ended up with this beautiful little piece that I can carry over here to my ironing board if I wanted. Look at that. It's a little wide for the ironing board, even with an extra wide ironing board, but I'm okay with that. It's not too bad. It actually only wraps just a little bit, so I'm just so happy. Small things amuse me, right? I found some things today, and I wanted to share with you. I found at a local quilt shop some beautiful insertion lace, and they have little flowers on them. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I got 40% off on this, so it didn't cost me really hardly anything at all, and it is 100% cotton. The other thing I found was a plain insertion lace, and this too I got at 40% off because I just bought the whole thing, which is 9 yards. It's really narrow, but it's really pretty, and I like it. And then I bought a yard of this stuff, and this is tape lace, and there's a fancy other name for it, and for the life of me I can't remember right now. But this I also got at 40% off, and I only got a yard of it, and I may go back and get more. They only had one little card of it, and I don't know how much was on the card. But it's beautiful, and I love it, and I'm going to iron it. I'm going to put it probably on a collar. And then I've been struggling with rotary cutters for years. I've been buying them at Joann's, and the local quilt shop, the ladies I talk to all the time, they're like, you need a really good rotary cutter. And I went ahead and I splurged, and I got an Olfa rotary cutter plus a pinking blade. And we're going to try this out, because usually my rotary cutter, after I use it about 3 times, it no longer works. There's no sharpness left, and I always have a hiccup in the blade where it cuts about 12 inches and then it skips, and then cuts another 12 inches and skips, and the blade is not 12 inches in diameter. So I haven't figured out why it does that. Doesn't matter where I cut it, what mat I use, it always skips and leaves threads uncut. So, and it gets dull really fast. So I'm gonna use this and we're gonna see how that works. The other thing I did today was I covered these little wood blanks with iron-on patches. These are not embroidered by me. I'm just trying to see if the method would work. I think that next time I do it, I do want to embroider, and I want to embroider on some really lightweight cotton or maybe even organza, because the backing of this is really thick and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get the clip sewn back on here neatly, which is unfortunate because I which is the whole reason I bought them to begin with. But we will see. Everything, it's all a learning experience. I just love the tiny red one and the blue one. I thought they'll make a nice match pair. See. I've got some glue on them, so I'm letting it dry before I do anything else. Hey guys. Today is a little bit of a lot of things. I have this Venetian bodice that I am working on the eyelets for, and I've done one whole side, so it's for spiral lacing. This is the inside, this is the outside. Can you see that? And this is the other side. There we go. So what I'm doing, just so you get a little bit more detail, you can see it better on this side because I haven't covered them as much. There are little metal rings that I'm stitching on the inside to give each one of the eyelets reinforcement. It's a modern technique. I'm pretty sure I've never seen it in any historical documentation, but I really want this gown to be long lasting. I've done all of the hand stitching all the way around the neckline, the tiny little stitching, and I hand stitched the shoulders together. The bodice itself has some boning, but it's actually not attached to it, so that this is just going to have this nice smooth top. Just a preference. I don't know how they would have done it in period. I think that there's like glue and canvas and rabbit glue involved, and I think for my research a couple years ago, that's a lot more than I really want to do. And Astra is going to join us because she can't handle it when I'm in here by myself. Okay, the other thing that I want to do is I want to cut out another bodice to get, well, I have to fix one. So this one has to be picked apart and the sleeves have to be fixed. So that has to be done. I may or may not do the closure. And then I have to cut out a new bodice. The other thing is I have a skirt of this fabric. You've seen me wear this skirt. It's all over my YouTube channel. You've seen it. If you go back and look, it's there. This is the only fabric I have left from that skirt, and it's a vest. It's a little tiny vest lined in minion fabric, just like the skirt is. And I don't like the vest. I don't wear the vest hardly ever. It just, let's see if you can see it. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not boned. Maybe if I boned it, I would like it. I don't know. I'm just not overly tickled with it, to put it mildly. So, I am tentatively contemplating making a bodice. I think I have some blue fabric, because why would I not have blue fabric, since that seems to be the only color I ever buy besides green. I think I have some blue that will go with this blue, and I am contemplating, I have a chunk of fabric from the back and I have the front, both sides. And I think I have enough that I can piece this strip in the front and maybe make it a little shorter, and maybe I would have enough to edge it. I have used edging all the way around the inside of this and around the neckline, and I almost think I might have enough to go along the bottom edge of a bodice. I don't know. We will see. It's an idea. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but that's kind of where my brain is today. The other thing that I wanted to show you is I bought this at Target. I got it online at Target, and it has the most beautiful print. And I'm pretty sure this is like a spoonflower print of some kind. Like somebody changed it just enough to not get slammed with copyright. It's a really lightweight cotton, 100% cotton. And I'm going to probably take it apart and interline it and put it back together again. Slightly different, but I like it. It's either do that or don't shoot me. Make a bodice out of it. Just laugh. It's okay. I'm laughing. The irony has not gotten beyond me. I seem to be bodice happy lately. The other thing that I've got here, so the next three things are things that I've worn in my wardrobe for years. I've had them for years. They're synthetic fabrics. I don't want to throw them in the landfill, and I don't want to give them to Goodwill because I still like them. I want them as a part of my wardrobe, but I don't wear them as they are anymore. This is a robe that my beautiful partner got me as a gift several years ago. It's got these beautiful lace and pearl applique. Take two, right? So it's got that applique. It's also got these really cool little satiny sleeves with this little ruff at the bottom. And I really like it, and I think that the sleeves would make a really... And Astra is back. She left, and now she's back. I think the sleeves would make a nice short sleeve to a bodice, a little more like 3/4 sleeves. And the white is really pretty. It's a synthetic satin. I would interline it. And maybe it could be a nice fancy bodice. There's enough fabric here that I could definitely get probably a front. She's literally gone out of her mind. What are you doing? Out. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I know that there's enough fabric here to make a bodice, but it's got some runs in it. It's got some, you know, runs where it's caught on things. I've worn it sewing, so there's runs in the fabric, which are not, I don't want to use those in anything, but I think that I can piece together enough to make a nice bodice. And it has these beautiful ties, and I thought the ties might be a nice like neck decoration type thing, like a built-in bow. I've seen those on some things before, and I thought it would be kind of nice. The other two garments I have don't fit. My hips are just too wide. I bought these when I had less hips. So they're snug at exactly the wrong place around the bottom and the hips. But these are dresses that I bought from, I believe, desertstore.com. They're called abayas, I believe. That's how I say it. But they have this beautiful machine embroidery on them. And I thought maybe I could get the front, I could piece the bodice using the front top part and cut the sleeves shorter. And they have machine stuff on it. And I thought that would be really cool, kind of up here by the elbow. But there's enough of this machine embroidery all the way down to the bottom that I thought it would be nice to have that same lobster tail type look that I did on my red bodice with the black and the white. And then interline it, of course, in something like cotton or linen so it's a little bit more breathable. I don't think this is breathable fabric. I've never worn this in the summertime comfortably. I always roast in it, so it's always a winter dress. It doesn't breathe really well that I have found. It's really drapey, so it's some kind of polyester or something. I haven't done a burn test. Since I'm going to cut it, I am going to do a burn test, and I'll be able to tell you what it is. But this is going to probably be, you guessed it, a bodice. See a trend here? Yeah, I do too. The other one, this one's even more plasticky feel. This one was the less expensive of the 4 gowns that I got when I first ordered. I ordered 4 together. And this was one of the least expensive ones, but it was the most decorative, I thought. Desertstore.com, 100% polyester. It actually still has the tag. This one really doesn't fit at all. It didn't really fit when I got it. It was too snug then, and it's way too snug now. And this has a neck of beadwork. And then the beads just run down in strips all the way down the front. And there's beadwork on the cuff. And they're very sharp plastic beads. This is not glass and nice silk. But again, I thought if I lined it in something that's cotton or linen, it would give it some breathability, like up against me anyway. Again, winter, they're dark, they're black. But nice bodices to change out. Give me some variety. And I'm also recycling plastic material. So those are kind of the things that I've got on the back side, but I have to finish the eyelets for the Venetian, and then I have to interline the Venetian skirt. So that has to be done this weekend. Has to be done this weekend. Actually, this week, sorry. I don't have time this weekend. I've run out of time this weekend. But it has to be done this week. And I do want to cut out a bodice today. I won't get sewing on it today probably, but I will cut it out. And I think that's all of like the bits and bobs. I did cut out all the canvas that I'm going to use for the kick plate inside the Venetian. I just have to attach the linen to it and make sure it's all the same size, and then I can do that. And it won't take any time. It'll take maybe one evening to put one skirt lining in, and then, or interlining in, and then the second day do the second skirt interlining, and then that'll be done, and all I have to do is sew it up the sides and attach it to the bodice. But I have to finish the bodice first before I can do that. I know that there are people that wait and do the eyelets last, but the way I like to do it, I like to be able to fit that bodice and then put the skirt on it. And if you don't have eyelets, it's really hard to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll just keep filming. Thank you for joining me. I'm just preparing here to start on fixing the sleeves of the bodice and sorting out my table to get started with that. Because I'm a little bit lazy and I didn't want to take the entire arm sleeve out, I ended up just zigzagging both sides of the arms on both of the sleeves where it had frayed apart. And that seems to have worked really well. I've worn the bodice a couple times now and it's stayed together again. Side note, I don't get to see the back of my head very often, and I'm noticing my hairdo actually looks pretty good there. Here I've decided to work on the hem of Sophia's Viking tunic, and what I'm doing is laying down woven trim all along the bottom of the tunic, and I'll go back in the evening and I will sit and watch a movie and hand stitch the other side. This just helps the hem have a little bit more protection from the ground and from kicking it around.
It'll keep it from fraying and make the garment last a little bit longer. So what I wanted to show you right now is that I zigzagged every single one of these pieces all the way around, and then I sewed them together. And what I'm doing right now is I don't think the angle's going to be very good, but this is the best I got. I'm spreading the seams open, and then I'm going to iron, and there's a curve at the waist, and I'm too lazy to go get my ham. So I'm pressing the seams open. And I did the top first, and then I turned it around so that the bottom is on my right side so I can easily press it. Go. Just pressing it flat. There we go. So I have this. Isn't that gorgeous? I told you I was going to use this color again. I love it, but I love this. Isn't that beautiful? I just think that's gorgeous. So I'm gonna go eat my very late lunch because I procrastinated and forgot all about the food. I do that pretty frequently, actually. And then I'm gonna come back, and I'm actually gonna shorten my tail quite a bit. I kind of am looking at taking it up by, here, I'll show you. So this is the edge right here, and I think I'm gonna take it up to about right here. And then I'll use a curve, and I'll just measure to make sure I'm even, and I'm gonna link it up with this right up here because this is perfect. So I don't want to lose this, but I do kind of want it to go like that because this is perfect on the hip. Yep, there we go. Hey there. So I'm fitting the bodice, and this is a complex thing to do when you're doing it by yourself, just so you know. So I've pinned myself in, which one of my pins is coming undone. Lovely. So you pin yourself in, and I know that this is going to fold over, and I'm going to put snaps on the inside. And then you pinch to make sure your dart's right. Now I haven't put the dart from the pattern on this because I notoriously have problems with the dart not working right. So, all my pins are coming out, lovely. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna pin the other side to match this side, and I'm gonna try it on again. But I did that while I have my waist tape on so that my waist tape pulls it snug from the back. If you can see that. So that the back is flush against the back, and we work from there. So I've been kind of at this for a couple hours. I still have to tack down the dart. I have hand stitched this about halfway almost. I did hand stitch the collar. I put in the little clip here, or clip, I put the bias tape on here because I'm going to put snaps on the other side and probably fake buttons on the front just like I did the red one. I really like it. It's lightweight. You can see the pattern through the light. So it's really lightweight. It's going to be beautiful. I thought about putting lace on it and I haven't yet decided. I just can't make up my mind if I really want to add something more because the fabric is so beautiful, and I'm kind of somebody who really likes elegant lines, and I like the lines that are on this, so that's kind of where I'm at.
I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's a really short one this time, but I had a whole week that I was frantically finishing the Venetian, and pictures are here. And I did a YouTube video on that, so I spent some of my time instead of in the art studio editing video. I also was really busy at work, and things just got out of hand. So the tail end of September's vlog, there'll be probably not very much there as well, but we'll see. And I have a photo shoot. It was supposed to be in September, but it's now in October. And that photo shoot will showcase all of my bodices that I made this summer. And it's just a fun photo shoot. I'm really excited to get some nice professional photos. Anyway, so I'll see you next time in the art room. Blessed be.